been in the sun all day. It's hot, but I'm gonna do a walk around vid of the Troopy because it's time to sell it. And really don't want to, but we'll show you around. Something for me to look back on. Miss it. I'll be bloody spewing when she's gone. But she's been a good rig. She's gone. She's taken us around Oz. And she'll do it again in a heartbeat. Let me start from the front. I'll do a, and I'll show you everything there is. Okay, starting from the front, we've got an ARB bar with the Runva winch. It's a cordless one that runs off a remote as well, but also got the cord. It's a pretty standard Hella spotlights. Underneath, it looks like a Troopy. Bash plate, it's hitch points, swivel hubs and everything are all good. There's no leaks. New bushings. They're only recently done. It's all pretty standard under there. We've got, there you can see the lift. Tyres are, what are they? They're Toyo MT 255 85s. They're kind of tall and skinny, but they work really well. Makes it a bit easier for the old 1HZ. Snorkel, Safari, pretty standard. All the ARB brush bars go all the way around. They're always good and handy to have. We'll go inside. Inside we got, all the door cards got replaced with these nice carpet ones by the previous owner. I didn't do that, but it's pretty neat. They also replaced all the vinyl floor, put these mats in. And they actually, when they got the fit out done by, it's all done by Expedition Centre in Sydney, it all got Raptor-line underneath. You can kind of see it. You can probably see it in the back better, but it's all been Raptor-lined under there. It's a bit of a channel for wiring to run through there, but so if there's no rust issues underneath. The seats are those Ford FPV seats, really comfy. They got the lumbar support. Obviously redone with the Land Cruiser embroidery, fully sick. The center consoles, custom sort of center console that works really well. You can throw a lot of stuff in here. CB, and a phone holder. It's all pretty normal in there. Behind the seat, let me just wind it forward. There's a lot of the electrical work. We've got the EnerDrive inverter, fuse panel, all professionally done. All that sort of, all professionally done by Expedition Centre. 200 amp lithium battery. What is it? Amptron. 200 amp hour Amptron lithium battery with a smart shunt up there, so you can sign on to it with your Bluetooth and monitor it and watch it on your phone. Amp for the sub. It's a 10-inch Rockford audio sub, which also amps the speakers in the door. Sounds really good, especially for the long drives. Makes it a bit easier in the old girl. They are really comfy with these seats. There is a bit of an overhead storage here. EPIRBs and stuff like that. I'm happy to leave them, I don't really need them. I know pen flares, glass breaker. It's our DC to DC for the lithium from the solar on the roof. It's full at the moment, so it's not going to be taking much. Got to have the cruiser armrest thingos. I've got the shovel holder. It's always handy. Big with a bird poop. Big solar panel with another one up the back. It's honestly far too much solar. It charges up within an hour or two. I think on a good day it can pull like 20 amps. It's a bit much, but I had a lead acid set up in here, and I was trying to get as much solar as possible, and then I went lithium and it doesn't need it anymore. You know, standard dual fuel tanks, water on board. That's a stainless steel tank up underneath. Stickers, they're gonna go, bugger. Thorburns rear bar, really good bar. It's there's a fair bit of weight hanging off the back of that with that box and the tyre and everything, and no issues whatsoever. It works really well. It's had a lift kit, 2 inches, but it's had the upgraded leafs in the rear. So when it is loaded with all the fuel and water and everything, it's just really level. There's no issues with it sagging on the arse. Drives really well, even when it's fully loaded. The Max Trax holder table thingo is from Expedition Center. Same with the awning lights and mounting points dash. 270-degree awning. And I'll set the camera up and I'll show you how it all pops open. Alright, again, don't mind my sweating. Got gas struts and everything. It's nice. I'll bring you in here, but I'll show you how it all comes up. There's 2 latches in here. What you've seen Mulgo set up. It's super simple. There's no strap. But I have got a little bungee cord here, just because it helps with a bit of the flapping. You can leave just there. It doesn't matter. I'll show you the awning. Oh, the awning out. Okay, so that's with the awning open. I basically just run it round, and I've got a strap that just hooks onto the bull bar here. It's got legs. You should normally put the legs out, but it's not windy at the moment, so ain't gonna hurt anyone. And then I've got another strap that just mounts onto the side here. That just lives there. Makes it really easy. There is a little flap here that comes out a little bit, but it does go a little bit more, and the rain doesn't get through. It's really handy. But this is us underneath. Oh, I'll take you in here. Go back. We've got the Frontier table. Super handy. I really like it. We've got these light strips all the way around, which change to the amber or the white, depending. This one here does that awning light that runs down the side. Same thing, that will change to amber if you click it, and then it's on a dimmer, and you just wind it back. Got a sink that honestly never really used, to be honest, but it's there in case you want it. The Outback Gear Solutions door bag, really handy. Tons of little storage things in here. I got, jet boil and stuff in there. Okay, inside. So inside we've got the fly mesh, which rolls down, which honestly is like an absolute must-have. especially going towards WA if you got flies and whatnot. Even in mosquito country, it's just a definite. This is our water tank indicator. She's full at the moment, and that will turn on our little tap. You can pull this out. This is a shower that you can plug into here, and it will run a nice big stream. You can go from that to like a more direct nozzle. Is just the head, and then it falls back into the door. Bit tricky with one hand, but it will go back in there. Didn't see that. I'll just place that there for now. I got these little bags put on there. They're just handy for all sorts of random stuff to chuck in there. First aid. I'll climb on in and I'll show you around. So as you get in, the bed is sitting there at the bottom at the moment. Basically, come in, give it a push, and the bed goes up on its gas struts. And then you can sit in here and hang out. I've got, what are these? Are those Sirocco fans? I've got all these plugs all throughout the car. I got one there, another one there, all in the front. There's two of those Sirocco fans, and they can move. They've got magnets on it, so you can, a bit tricky with one hand. Come here. You can put them anywhere. Anywhere there's a bit of metal, well, steel obviously, and it can stick to. They're really nice and strong, but they sort of live there. It's just so you can get airflow up the top when you're up on the bed. In here, that's the 240 volt for the inverter that's up underneath the seat there. Got our fridge, Evercool fridge freezer, dual zone. Don't mind the paper towel, that's just to keep it a little bit open at the moment so we don't have any mold issues. It's not on at the moment. This is sort of just a loose throw area where you can just sort of throw wherever you want. Big items, jackets, all that sort of stuff. Now, lots and lots and lots of storage. Each one of these sections have got these really nice custom made canvas bags. So this is where we put all our clothes. So each one of these have all got custom bags. I've just got all my solar windshield things here at the moment. I do have enough for the whole car, for every window. Normally I have them on those windows just to stop any heat coming in, and you can't really see out of them, but I have enough for the whole car. This window's got a mesh on it, so you can sort of leave that open most of the time. No one can get through it. Storage on storage. They're all these really deep, big storage places. They've got these little hooks on it, so you stick your finger in and undo the latch, and so you can just push it shut, and they are super robust. They don't break. There's no little plastic clips that can damage or snap off. Standard Mulgo stuff. They come with these lights, pretty handy, and they've got USB ports on them. Both sides have it, little reading lights, quite handy. Up underneath, got more storage in here. I got all the wall kit for the awning, so walls on walls on walls, all the dash walls, which is handy. These are some excess poles for the awning if you need it. And then there's all this side storage, so I've got adjust straps, recovery kit. Hopefully never need that. And just more bulk storage. You can get a lot in here. There's the compressor line for the ARB compressor under the bonnet. Jenga. No, it's not. What is that? That's a cub. There's a jack. This is where my tools and stuff would be. Kind of stuff. Oh, this is where you sleep. You got lights everywhere. That's just pretty comfy. It's got a bunch of foam. It's fairly decent size. 2 people can sleep pretty comfortably up here. Big windows that all just Velcro up. You can just do them up half. Pull cords to help pull the roof down. And then if you're not using it, you can push it up. And you can walk around in here. Amazing. Now, the whole fit out, as I said, was done by Expedition Centre. It's really robust. Everything's, the cabinetry they do is really strong. I think this is, fit out was done in 2020 or 2019. And it's rock solid. No chipping, nothing's breaking. They do a really good sound fit out. So this can turn into a bed. You pull these out, bang them up here, both of them, and then the bed, this slides out. I guess you would normally sleep up on that bed, but maybe if the missus kicks you out, not saying I've never slept down here, you're in the bad books, you might stay down here. So you got a latch. This here is, you can pull it all the way out. I'll show you. I'll set you up and show you how it pulls out. This is like a little kitchen area, but it can just on the fly pull stuff out of here. You can push it back in, but I'll show you how it all sets up properly. All right. So we've got our table. That slides out, and then that's got its legs. The legs all have their own individual adjustment. It's really easy. Set that up here. And little, what do you call it, little kitchen thing. It is a little bit awkward. Normally I just set up one leg. So this can, you got tables on tables, you really don't need this many tables. This has another leg that can pop down here, and you have a full bench space. It's good if you're setting up for a long period of time, but you don't really need it much. All of this, I'll bring you over to show you this all cutlery and whatnot. Our table, pop this down. I normally keep the cookware in here, so this is kind of just a everything box. It's really handy having the gas line already hooked up. You don't have to get it off the roof, you don't have to plug it in. You normally just take it off. In, and I can open it up and start cooking. You could cook it on here, but you can leave that there now if you set up. I'll bring you around and show you the other stuff. So as I said, the box has got sort of everything. You got 2 gas bottles. For weekend trips, it's not an issue, but when you're long-term traveling, you want to have 2 of these 4 kilos are really handy because it you just don't know when it's emptying, and it'll empty when you bloody well don't need it to. This way, as soon as one empties, you change it, and then as soon as you pass a town or something that's got gas, you can fill it up. Honestly, I throw wood in here. This is obviously where the cooker lived, but it's normally fishing gear, all sorts of shit. It's just all sorts of random stuff, dirty stuff you don't want in the car. Could be wet clothes. Well, I'd probably put wet clothes in the tyre carrier, but small water. This was more my drinking water. It was easy to fill. It's really easy to access. Most of the time it'll be out of the sun if you're set up, so it's a little bit cooler. It gets real cool overnight, which is good. But it's just more water storage. In total, with the under-car water tank plus this is 110 litres. There's 90 litres under the car, 20 litres here, which, give or take, 2 people with showers is about a week. I could normally go off grid for about 5 to 6 days comfortably before I want to restock, only because your fresh produce all starts going bad. But anyway, we've got cutlery, rubbish in there, and then just, again, more storage, random stuff, plates, containers, all that sort of jazz. In here was a lot of the cooking stuff, which is really handy. It's right below the cooking station. This table came out most of the time. It's fully adjustable. You can bring it up higher if it's uneven terrain. Each leg is adjustable, so you can play with that to get it all stable. I'll take you around under the bonnet. Alright, am I going to be able to open the bonnet? No. Oh, we've got the trusty 1HZ in all its glory. We've got the dual batteries. There's the ARB compressor, which has got a switch in the car. Dual battery controller, or solenoid you would call it. Works great. They're really, so up in the corner here you've got your winch isolator. There's some battery monitoring on there. Honestly, they only run the car. They crank it and run the car. The dual battery is more to run the winch if you need it, if you need that extra amps. But they run bugger all accessory. I don't think they run any of the accessories in terms of when the car's off. All of it's running off the lithium, so all your charging, everything inside. So you shouldn't really have problems with that. I've never had them go far. Well, I did replace them actually in Perth, but they were just old. Yeah, good old 1HZ. Nothing fancy. Will go forever. Everything's in there. Everything works. Runs like a dream. So all the shims in the head got redone, new injectors, new injector pump. Roughly, was that 40,000 ago, at the 200,000 mark. I just had a slight misfire, and it got a full birthday. So it runs like a dream now. New condenser core, just because the bugs were starting to smash that over time. Aircon works really, really great. These old aircon systems are so simple. They just go forever. So that's a bit of a big walk around. You can see the roof racks. You can easily fit a longboard and surfboards all up on that side of the roof racks there. That roof you can stand all on once it's down. It's really strong, and you just don't have the risk of scratching anything because it's checker blade. It's not going to corrode and give you issues. I prefer the checker plate. There's obviously a lot of checker plate on the car. Not totally huge on, but it works really well for stone chips and all that sort of stuff. It's really robust stuff. Do another walk. I think I've got everything. Also got a tyre carrier, which just there slips into the spare wheel. When you take your bag off, there's a hole in the middle, and you can pop that on. You can pop 2 bikes on the back. Did I say tyre carrier? Can't remember. Never really used it. It came with the car. It works, but it'd be a bloody long rig with all the bikes on the back and everything. but it's there. I definitely don't need it anymore.
Voila.
Alright, and finally, I'll show you what it's like packed down. That's what it looks like in the back. Still plenty of headroom to chill out in there. The old girl. So I got like this engine guard system which runs a temp sensor let's turn that off, at the front and the back of the head. One on the coolant and then one on the back of the head. Which, it's flashing. That's the camera not reading that properly. It goes through a little startup, and then can't really see it, but at the moment it's 41 degrees. This hasn't even been started yet, and that's what its coolant temp is. This is bloody radio. It's a hectic radio. Let's get it turned off. That's it. 200 and... what is it? 252. That's your dual battery indicator. See what the volts are at. And that's her. Doesn't sound very loud. You don't want these 180 sets loud. They sound terrible when they're got no turbo on it. Sort of here under the bonnet. No bangs, ticks, whirs or wobbles, or it sounds good. Sort of hear it. Can't really see, but there's no smoke. Barely soots. Runs really well, especially with the new injector pump on it. I'll turn this off. There you go.